Let's rock and roll on this fine Thursday. New Pope, by the way. We're not going to talk about it because I know nothing about it, but he's American.
American Pope Bobby.
America.
Bobby?
Bobby.
Bobby?
His name's Robert.
Oh, my
Pope
God.
Bobby.
All right. Oh, you have to do your Boston Bobby. You got to be the new Pope. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where
Everything's gonna be okay, bud.
Ooh.
I'm Ben Kitzel at Ben Kitzel1, joined by Jerry Aquino.
Hello.
At Miss_Jerry, that's J-E-R-I-I, and Kyle Plouffe. At Kyle Plouffe, half horse.
Yeah.
From the waist down. Hello,
Oh, my
Plouffe.
God.
I know, it's a compliment.
I thought it was more like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
He did change his son's diaper. We were watching the basketball games. He changed his son's diaper right there on my couch, which
Wow.
he did
That's
just
beautiful.
kind of did that. And I was
Yeah.
I walked in, and then I did see his son in his full victory outfit,
Glory.
and pretty good, Kyle.
Well-endowed kid.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Balls on that kid.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, didn't expect to see that when I entered into my home.
It was really funny for me to think about you two idiots just like with a baby and
Yeah.
just not knowing what to do with said baby. Like
No clue.
Kyle's like trying to change him upside down. You're like pacing circles around Kyle.
I just every time he cries, I give him another WWE figure, and I'm like, have fun.
Yeah.
You're almost one. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/diebud. Also, shoot us an email, okbudpod@gmail.com. We have another fantastic episode for you. Let's start with some updates. We talked about the home that had 100 dead cats in the basement, leading to a smell of ammonia that was so bad, neighbors had to call the police. It turns out it is owned by a 75-year-old Long Island widower. When you hear widower, or at least when I do, I think of a woman. But in this case, it's a man. And I think that usually because men die before women.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that there wasn't like a male term, like a masculine term. Like
Well, the
widower
widow-
is woman, and then there's like widow man.
Yeah, widow does sound kind of feminine, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's the Witterman.
He's
Witterman.
The Witterman.
Yeah.
His name is Stephen Glantz. He's 75. And I want to say this. As this story unfurls, I want to hear your thoughts because I have a little empathy for the guy because he's 75. He's obviously not all there in the head. First responders arrived. They pulled out 28 dead cats, and then they found another 69 felines alive, and then they found
KO
100.
69.
Yeah.
69 pussies.
Including 8 kittens, Kyle.
Ooh, I like him young.
Stop!
Kittens. Jesus, she doesn't like a good kitten.
Just because there's a new pope doesn't mean you have to be acting like this.
Seriously, dude.
About 24 cats were found in the freezer. Floors were covered in feces, soaked in urine, so on and so forth. We have discussed it. So the man was detained by law enforcement. And this is where I feel a little sympathy because he's older, but he has been charged with 9 counts of animal cruelty to animals and 9 counts of failure to provide food and drink to impounded animals. He is facing up to a year in jail and $1,000 fine. I don't know. Maybe he did come out being like, I did it and I hate cats and I'm totally sane, which sounds like he would be insane. But it seems like maybe he was overwhelmed. His wife died. He's 75. He's got all these freaking cats. It sounds like he might be mentally ill. Does he need to be charged with a crime or does he just need to go to a home?
We need to see
that's
him
so
to make this
true.
determination.
That's true. I do want to see. I want to get a read on this guy.
Yeah.
Glantz declined comment. He doesn't want to talk about it. And he's obviously now facing charges. And the animals that were alive, they went on to an animal shelter. So hopefully they can get adopted and live their best animal life.
If he doesn't want to talk about it, that means consciousness of guilt to me. If he can't talk about it, it means he's not all there.
Ooh, yep, that's very true.
Brave stance. I'm not sure. I don't know if
Guilt,
that
that
holds
is
up.
the-
in
Okay,
it.
the
That's
thing
the
is-
standard.
What do you mean?
That's the standard in the court of law is consciousness of guilt when people try to cover up their crimes or they don't want to talk about it because they know they're guilty of it.
Lawyer Kayatola over here.
Lawyer Kyle Tola.
I'm an armchair juror, baby.
The thing is that if you're losing your mind and then a couple of cats go down the drain and you're like, man, it smells bad in here. I have a couple of dead cat bodies around. And I'm really depressed and going through stuff. What about when it reaches to like 77 cats?
That's why it's so extreme.
That you feel like he's just completely out of there.
He's hoarding dead animals.
The lights are out.
They've got to be.
Yeah.
The man needs to go and retire in a home and be taken care of because obviously he can't take care of himself, nor 100 stinky ace cats.
Yeah.
And why only 18 counts? The other 82 cats are probably like, what the hell? What about us?
Yeah, seriously.
Ugly ass cats.
No,
wow.
even ugly
That's
cats
what they
are
said.
adorable.
Even ugly cats are cute.
Even ugly cats are cute. You know, everyone in LA wants like a one-eyed cat or like,
Yeah.
a cat.
Like ugly dogs, they can.
can.
Kind of gross.
Yeah, everyone
Ugly
in LA.
cats, so you're like, oh, you're so ugly.
Ugly dogs are pretty cute too. They're like little monsters.
Ugly dogs next
What
level.
they sound like.
Ugly dogs next level cute. But one of my big pet peeves in Los Angeles, people buy animals as accessories.
Yeah.
And then they carry it around, and then they're like, oh, no longer cool. Pugs aren't in this season. Then they either kill it or give it away. Scumbaggery.
Yeah.
That is scumbaggery.
People do that with kids too. They have pet kids, and they're like, I don't want to be a parent anymore.
Yep. My kid isn't even transitioning. You're no good to me in Hollywood.
I'm dead. Oh,
Well,
no.
speaking of no good and crime, let's do a small update on Brian Koberger. Apparently, the prosecution is trying to come up with a motive. As if we need a motive if he is found to be in the room that killed in the house where he killed potentially these 4 people. I don't even care about a motive. But they are saying that the motive might be he was trying to impress his college professor. This is Dr.
what?
Catherine Ramsland. She is really famous in the world of criminology. She says, no, not at all. Like, this is not the motive. Please keep me out of this. But the prosecutor is coming forward and saying he committed these murders because he wanted to impress his former professor, forensic psychologist Catherine Ramsland. That's according to Howard Bloom. In Howard Bloom's article, he is a journalist, and he says that Koberger wanted to prove his intelligence by executing the perfect crime.
So essentially, he was like, "Look, teacher, look, I did my homework and the extra credit."
I did it, teacher.
Shows him a severed head, and it's like, "Did I do it right?"
I know what love is. So, as if Koberger couldn't be more lame.
Yeah.
If he did this to impress a teacher, buddy, get out of the cool kids club. You can't like the teacher.
I mean, what did he think she was gonna say? Where she like kind of like just looked at the entire thing and was like, "This is technically a really well crafted
yeah,
of a crime."
Until you left the sheath that has your DNA on it,
Right
outside the house. So even if you did want to impress me, and even if you did want to bone me, Mr. Koberger,
yeah.
I'm Catherine Ramsland, and you messed up. You get yourself an F.
Failure.
Oh no, the F.
An F. He left a key piece of evidence.
He did.
What?
Well, that's not very attractive.
Yeah.
It's giving me the ick.
I also love Koberger's got to be so jealous of Luigi. Luigi Mangione just celebrated his 27th birthday. He also just reached $1 million on GoFundMe.
Aww.
And people like Jerry are creaming over the boy.
Right,
and Koberger.
I like his. No,
You like his what? No, what do you like?
charisma.
He's a murderer. I like for a murderer, he's really got a charismatic energy.
Does he not?
I haven't heard him speak. What if he's got what is called a heavy tongue?
What? Oh my God! You think he sounds like
Who's
that terrible dude that was Bane in Batman that everyone thinks is hot, but his voice is horrifying?
Oh, of course.
Okay, Bud experienced a short technical difficulty.
Back and to the left. Miss Jerry for editing. Why don't you just say he's like that guy from Do the Bane thing?
I'll just say Tom Hardy because that's.
No, just do the Bane thing
No,
because I
I'll
interrupted.
just say Tom Hardy, which is Bane from Batman. Does he have a voice like Tom Hardy?
Yes, like Bane. God, can you please do this right?
Tom Hardy is who you're looking for.
Tom Hardy is the answer we're looking
Sounds
for.
like the guy who is Bane in Batman, who's like really hot but has a terrible voice.
That's Tom Hardy.
And that's
Fantastic.
Tom Hardy. I cannot stand that guy. I will not see him do roles.
I thought he was too tiny to be Bane.
He sounds like this all the time.
Yeah. I kind of like my big. Apparently, Bane is really smart in the Batman universe, which I didn't realize.
I didn't realize that either.
I kind of like my Bane to be really big and stupid and like, I'm going to smash you.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He was just, born in the darkness and raised in it.
No, in real Bane lore, apparently he's like super smart. He's like he's the smartest supervillain. That's what they say.
Okay.
All right. Well, so there's a couple of updates on Koberger and the cats. Let's move on to a story about me.
Whoa.
Yeah, about me.
What? Okay.
Whoa.
Benjamin Grant Kissel, BGK.
Okay, main character over here. Watch out.
For those watching on Patreon, you'll notice I added my high school wrestling plaque when I got my senior award, when I got third in state, and I greatly progressed throughout my years as a wrestler. And in my senior year, 38 and 8. Thank you very much.
I don't understand what that means.
I beat 38 people and I lost to 8 people.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Pretty good. And the people I lost to were all like really athletic and cared.
Yeah, right.
And then farm kids who have no emotion or sense of pain or anything other than they see everything as hay or cow.
Yeah.
And then they destroy you.
Wow, they sound pretty hot though.
The truth about redheaded characters in Hollywood.
Oh, that's you.
You feel marginalized, Jerry?
Yeah, I do. Every time I go into an audition, I'm in a sea of generally alternative looking Latinas. It's horrible.
Well, redheads are being recast with black actors, and many people, including a black woman I saw on Instagram, are saying redheads are the new black.
Oh.
Oh, like Ariel. Like
Ariel, there you go. Yes. So now I'm not going to take this as far as to give myself certain word privileges.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you saying we should replace you with a black woman? Because
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
There was already a South Park episode where they replaced Cartman with a black woman.
It's
and I am
amazing.
too much like Cartman, and I do not like that. And I'll be sad unless she's funnier. It's better than me.
She will be.
A common theme in Hollywood is taking out quotes ginger characters. Also, I don't like this article. Did the hard R after ginger?
Oh my God.
Thank
No,
you.
they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Ginger.
Hard R ginger.
Ew.
Also, if you work the word, now that I'm looking at the word ginger, it is if you do a different spelling of the same letters.
Don't do that.
It really does.
Yeah, don't.
It does work, doesn't it?
What's the matter?
Don't anagram it.
This is why we.
Ginger characters from the comic books worldwide have been cast by black actors, and they're replacing all of the redheads. All you brunette whites, all you safe people who are of the pigmentation and the physical beauty of mainstream Hollywood, you scumbags. You got black actors and redheads fighting over the scraps.
Melanin for the win. I mean, no,
Melowin.
that sounds terrible. Wait,
Yep.
that's so funny. We're looking at some side by side photos of redheaded cartoon characters, and then their modern day black actor counterparts.
Yep.
That's hilarious. I love it. Totally here for it.
Well, it's interesting.
Upgrade. Each and every one is an upgrade to me.
Each and every one is an upgrade?
Each and every single one. Come on, one
You
of them
tell
is a
me
Wayans brother.
Yeah, you tell me Marlon Wayans is I don't even know who that redheaded character is.
Exactly, but you know who Marlon Wayans is.
The only one that I think would be acceptable is Weasley from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Ron Weasley.
Yeah, that's the only
Who would he
acceptable.
be replaced by?
Lizzo.
Sure, Lizzo.
Shut up. No.
People are mad at Lizzo for losing weight. Congratulations,
No.
Lizzo. Be healthy. Stick around.
He would be Principal Eddie from that show Abbott Elementary.
According to Fortress.com, only the best. Hollywood's choice to replace ginger characters with black actors can be seen as extraordinary and problematic. What you laughing at? You laughing at my people?
Yeah. Why are you guys so mad?
What? This is my hill. They used to kill us.
That's
They used
right.
to kill us.
When they did the Cruella movie, the white little redheaded lady that owned one of the Dalmatians, just the beautiful black woman. It was so cute, but it took me forever to figure out that was the main character.
Why I envision a world where redheaded actors and black actors work together and make the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah, they could do. Well, Emma Stone was in that movie, so there you go. But she was in wigs that didn't show her red hair.
I want Natty. I don't want this Rachel Dolezal.
What about Natasha
I want
Lyonne?
natty redheads.
We have
Natasha Lyonne. Fantastic. I love Natasha Lyonne.
Yep.
I've met her when she was doing her bender. But I saw her at UCB.
I love that.
I love her. I love her. She was at UCB in the East Village or the West Village in New York, and she was so funny. And she tried to have little flirtatious experiences with a couple of my friends.
I love that.
So, the extraordinary side is that Hollywood finally recognizes black actors because the younger generation can finally identify with heroes, heroines, princesses, and princesses, protagonists and antagonists, and they see that as representation. So because of that, the redheads, because there's not as many of us, have been booted to the side. And now I am the one who is being mad at people. People are mad at me.
Are you okay?
No, because I'm so devastated by all this.
You need to take up space, Ben.
Because you're
I do take up space. That is something no one's ever said I need to do more of.
Take up more space.
Well, if you want your representation, you're going to need to take up some more space.
The problematic side is what is happening to redheads or gingers of the younger generation.
No, the problem is you gotta speak to your own people and just be like, hey, when we're trying to like downsize, why are we the first to go?
What you about? Trying to downsize.
Redheads. Trying to downsize.
Downsize what?
The color whites in casting.
Quiet.
Well, I'm a redhead.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I don't
So-
identify with these other brunettes and blondes. They live in a whole other world.
Yeah, that's why they're kicking you out.
I know. I'm not in the room. You're supposed to be you're supposed to be at the
You
table.
have to go to the table. You have to be like, hey, I deserve a place in this table.
But they don't want me there.
No, but you're there.
I'll fucking go on the table.
if they don't want you there, you show up and you take up space.
I'll go be right on. I'll sit there like a little stuffed turkey and be like, hey, am I the table piece?
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah.
the table setting?
Put the leaves on me.
Unfortunately for the younger generation, the representation of redheads is being slowly whittled down to almost nothing.
Is it because you're embarrassing, or like why do you think that is?
No,
Imagine saying that to anyone else.
It's because of hairism, which is racist, is against hair. And also, let's not lie here, redheads I have a very fair skin. And I don't tan, it just turns pink. So technically, it's piggish. Pigism.
Pigmentism.
I have pig, emphasis on pigment, and they say, oh, pigs aren't wanted in the movies anymore. And I say, have you seen the Midwest?
Yeah. They used to say gingers have no souls. Now we say gingers have no rolls.
I got some rolls I'll show you.
That's pretty good.
It was good. I got a little cookie.
He was probably sitting there thinking about that for the last 5 minutes.
Well, when it comes to bigotry, Kyle's always stewing.
That's right.
It's in his nature.
Well, you know what they're saying? They're saying this is a blackwashing of ginger characters. Oh, blackwashing. Yeah.
About time.
Yeah, and then the article does just go on. Literally, the headline is "Amazing Black Actors." So then they just talk about how great black
excellence.
Oh God. Anyway, so there you go.
Well, that sounds like a positive story. Way to
It wasn't a positive story.
start off the week with it.
They should take the roles.
Whatever part of the week.
Whatever part of the week we're at. I don't remember.
I mean, it is a hard hill to. That's what they want to do. It makes it difficult. Anyway, if you're a redhead out there, don't come to Hollywood. They don't want you, and you're unbelievably your ability to have more of pain sensitivity. They don't want that. Also, redheads feel more.
Right.
We do.
I think
Which is good for acting.
Right.
Well, you can't feel more and have less pain sensitivity.
No, we emotionally feel more.
Oh.
Yeah, we're emotional. Look at Boston. Boston is the most emotional group of assholes.
Yeah.
And they pretend they're masculine, but in reality, they just cry constantly and fight.
Yeah, they want to cry deep down, but they just punch people instead.
Constantly whining.
Yeah.
Whining.
Well, yelling.
Yeah. Let's move on to some positive news.
This was, but
No, this is not positive news.
I wonder who I would replace Ben with if it was going to be like a fun black. If Patrice O'Neal was still here.
He's dead.
Wouldn't it be? I said if he was still here.
And he'd be mean
Wouldn't
to
it be
you,
cool
and
to
you
do
would hate him.
He'd be definitely mean to you for
he
sure.
would definitely be really mean, but you already are too.
I'm not mean to you.
Yeah.
I'm so unbelievably nice to you.
Wow.
Bud of the Week. That's B-U-D for everyone who thinks it's Bud of the Week. It is
Butt
Bud
of the Week?
of the Week.
Cigarette butt of the week.
It is now. It is here. And it is fun. A Kentucky boy has used his mother's phone to order 70,000 Dum Dum lollipops to share with his friends.
Aww.
Isn't that cute?
That is really nice. Wait, share or sell?
Share.
Well, then he's just got no entrepreneurial spirit.
Well, that's true. His name is Holly LaFairs. That's the name of the mother. Says she tried to stop her 8-year-old son, Liam, from ordering 70,000 Dum-Dums on Amazon.
That's incredible.
But she was too late. So 22 cases arrived at her home. And they are fun cases.
They looked like boxes of diapers.
Dumb.
2,300 lollipops in each one.
2,300 in each. And how many boxes? 70?
Yes. No, 22 boxes total, 70,000 Dum-Dums.
Oh, wow.
I'm taking a look at the Amazon. By the way, thank you to all Amazon UPS workers.
He's so cute.
He's such a cute little kid. He almost looks ginger. He might develop into a ginger at some point if he stays funny.
We should hope not.
Well, not if he wants to work in Hollywood.
Exactly. We want him to work in Hollywood.
The picture that we are looking at right now outside of the home with the 22 boxes of Dum-Dums, it looks like the house is very nice, very affluent. And I think that this is just a fantastic reminder that some friends are better than others. And the fact that this kid thought about his friends when he was looking on Amazon and says, you know what they all want? They want Dum-Dums. And I'm going to get them some Dum-Dums. And Mom, you ain't got nothing to do because you ain't going to stop me.
I don't think she tried that hard.
It doesn't seem like
I think she was
tried.
like, yeah, that's a good idea.
No, I think she saw it and it was already like
It's
order
cute.
placed.
I mean, he didn't order a bunch of knives.
Yeah, exactly.
It's cute. He's 8.
Although it would be fun, it must be fun to wake up in the house as a mom and then just constantly seeing everywhere you go it says Dum-Dum, and you're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
It's his nickname.
It's
This is what she says. She says, he told me that he wanted to have a carnival, and he, much like Cartman, chili con carnival. But I don't think he was going to feed anyone their parents in a chili.
I'm loving the Pilates poster behind her.
It's Anatomy of Fitness Core.
She's a hardworking mom. Okay, she
think
juggles
she's-
a lot of things.
Can you get me right in front of my fitness map?
Not a lot
I
of
don't-
things.
I love her because she's a mother, and moms don't need to, but I don't know if she's exactly doing the exercises.
Well, she just wanted to show you that the intention is there, whether she's
Yes.
doing it or not.
Honey, first step is up. I put up the exercise poster. I was looking on Amazon for this thing that's supposed to make your tits smaller for men. I might get that. But it's $49.99, and I was like, that's pretty expensive. And then I looked at my Uber Eats, and I just spent $69 on Taco Bell. Like, no, that's worth it. It's only here for today.
$69 on Taco Bell.
Bro, Kyle and I,
You have to fucking try so hard to buy $69.
yesterday when we were watching the Knicks absolutely destroy the Boston Celtics, someone and Kyle, thank you. We ordered the dinner for 4, even though it was just Kyle and I.
Yeah.
Two chalupas. And
Chalupas are pretty good.
the chicken nuggets from Taco Bell are divine.
Aren't they great?
So good.
They're actually really, really good.
Did you get the jalapeno honey mustard sauce?
I don't do spicy shit like that.
It's not spicy.
It was
You're
so
not
good.
spicy.
I know.
He's
I'm
not spicy.
I'm too white and I don't like spice.
I don't like spice, and I didn't like that one.
That's why I am the most diverse person on this panel, both with my red hair, fire crotch, and my love of spice.
You're exotic, Ben.
I am exotic. He told me that he wanted to have a carnival, and he was ordering the Dum-Dums as prizes for his carnival. She says again, he was being friendly. He was being kind to his friends, so she's not too upset.
Ma'am, I want prizes for my carnival.
She's not too upset. She must make a nice living if she's not too upset.
It's $3,000 worth of.
It's $4,000.
Oh, 4. Oh, God.
What the hell? Oh my God. I would have sold the kid. What can I get on the black market for baby fucking Billy over here?
Well,
I'm
probably-
over it.
It used to be the
over
ginger
it.
market. It used to be and now it's the black market.
Yeah.
People aren't adopting ginger kids. And I blame the entire Problem Child franchise for that. Uh-huh. That's when it all began.
Yep.
So she owes $4,000. She goes on to say, when I saw what the number was, I just about fainted. So she wasn't happy, but it is cute. Some of the cases were returned.
Some?
Yes, but her efforts to get a refund took a bit more time than she expected. But some were returned. I think she let him keep a couple.
Did he just go through and start licking all of them so they couldn't return them?
He's gonna have to start figuring out how to hustle. I would
Sell 'em.
I would force him to sell them.
A quarter a pop.
$1 in this
A
economy.
dum-dum?
In this economy?
No, that's why you want to undercut.
No, that's why you want to overcut.
No. Well, then you're
$2.
not overcutting is cutting nothing.
$2.50
For
plus
one
tax.
dum-dum?
Plus tax.
You'd have to be a moron to buy that.
You think? Hello.
So-
yes, he can do it.
She said on social media, after a long day of working with the bank and talking to a few news stations, Amazon called and said they are refunding my money.
That's
Isn't that
crazy.
nice?
Well, the banks understand because they used to have lollipops there, and now they don't anymore. So, like, we get it. We want to send them back.
Yep.
Yeah.
M&T,
What?
was it M&T Bank? Yeah, they used to have Butterscotch. Butterscotch is the only one that's worthwhile.
That's so good. I love it.
Your mom ever take you to a bank?
No, what's the bank?
What's a bank? It's where people keep their money.
it's-
It's where ginger people keep all their money they used to have from Hollywood when they would
thought
cast
that-
us.
I thought that's when you go to your room and you lift up the mattress.
Oh.
I do like that.
Yeah,
You had it under your mattress or your mom's mattress?
I would have things under my mattress all the time.
Damn.
I would hide stuff under my mattress as well. Chewing tobacco.
That's weird.
Yeah, and then it would get crushed, and then my whole room would smell like what is called chaw
I hate that.
in the
I
Midwest.
don't like that at all.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, congratulations, 8-year-old Kentucky boy. You are the BUD butt of the week for showing love to your friends, even though your mother, who does seem quite nice, actually, and I understand
Yeah.
why she was upset, tried to stop you from being the coolest kid in class with your dum-dums.
Well, if he offered me a dum dum, if I was in his class, I would be like, I kind of like chocolate more. You got anything chocolate in there? And he's like, no, I have fucking 70,000 dum dums.
For you.
Wow.
I got it for you and my friends.
I'd be like, nah, not really in the mood. Thanks, though.
Yeah, you would turn it down. Speaking of children, let's move on to an absolutely disgusting story.
Oh,
Oh,
come on.
no.
We have to. We have to bring the news the best that we see fit.
Okay.
WWE, there was a wrestler. His name was Duke the Dumpster Droese.
Duke the dumpster.
Emphasis
Duke
on the dumpster.
Yeah, apparently what do you keep in dumpsters? Pornography. And in this case, he kept child pornography.
Oh, come on.
Yep, Duke the Dumpster Droese.
Oh, he's terrifying looking.
He was a bit character from 94 to 96 in the WWF at the time.
Oh.
He went around and apparently he was trying to find some CP. It's a Class D felony after the FBI was tipped off to the allegations. This is what they say. They say this charge became aggravated because Mr. Droese intended to purchase the child sexual assault material. And of course, they were able to bust him. They said purchasing child sexual assault material is an aggravated crime because the money used to purchase the material is what continues to make child sexual assault material profitable for criminal enterprises that produce it and sell it across the world. This is a little bit bizarre. So if you would have gotten it for free, they would have been like, hey, no money exchanged hands, so we're fine here?
Yeah.
No.
It's the
that's
fact that he
not-
paid for it. They're like, it's the
Right.
economy, stupid.
Now that's aggravating.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He's 56 years old. Most pro wrestlers of his era are dead at this point. However, he has decided to stay forever young. He is not,
Ugh.
despite the fact that's who he wants to have sex with. So it was, he was flagged by a company. He was using a Coinbase account, and he was attempting to use the dark web for transactions. And Coinbase was like, hey, FBI, this guy's all messed up. He's using his money all wrong.
He's using kitty coin.
He's using kitty coin, thank you. And then that was passed on to the Warren County Sheriff's Department. And then they were like, Duke the Dumpster Droese, what the hell, buddy? Can I get an autograph? And then, of course, can we put you in cuffs and send you away for a
weird.
long time? A grand jury handed down the indictment May of this year, and Droese turned himself in, posting a $10,000 bond. I suppose we will keep you updated on what happens with him. It seems like his pro wrestling career, once it ended, it has not been going very well for him. The release noted that Droese has been working as a DUI coordinator. So he gets people drunk, I guess.
He has a bartender.
I guess so. It's called a DUI coordinator.
Support your
That's
local
weird.
DUI coordinator.
What?
It's also known as drug court. So he's working with children who are accused of using drugs or did get busted using drugs, and then he's supposed to help them in this thing called the ARC program, which really makes this entire thing even more disgusting.
Even worse.
He's putting himself around children. No, we're not talking about the new pope. And also, if you're Catholic
Oh my
out there,
God.
congratulations, big day for you. It is more disgusting when these people, obviously it's all disgusting, but especially or even whatever, you know what I'm saying, when they work with children and they get those jobs because they're like, the upside is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like being a manager at Twin Peaks, the booby bar.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Throw these guys into a circus cannon, point it towards the trash heap in the ocean, and shoot them onto it.
All right.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
There you go. He did resign from his teaching job in 2013 when he was just a teacher because he was selling OxyContin and he sold one to an undercover agent.
Wow.
It seems like the guy maybe shouldn't be around kids, but even though
Seems like he definitely should not be. Why didn't they just nip this in the bud back fucking then?
I don't know.
He was probably just frothing at the mouth every day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What the hell?
So from
Meanwhile, 22 Jump Street just fucking popped up and was like, you can't sell Oxy to these kids anymore. And it's like, what the
yeah.
By the way, do you have rabies? He's like, I just really want to fuck kids.
I just love the kids.
Oh, God, I love them so much.
So that's for our wrestling fans out there. He's not that famous, so
No.
it doesn't really matter. All right, let us move on. Do we want to do an AI story, which we can get to in a second, or do you want to talk about a ghost? Jerry, it's your call. This is a toss-up for Jerry.
Why is it a toss-up for me?
Because I want you to answer, do we want to do an AI story right now, or do you want to do a ghost story?
No, we're going to do a ghost story.
We're going to do a ghost story.
Ooh.
This is very, very interesting. And it takes place in the United Kingdom, which apparently we just entered into a trade deal with, which God knows. That'll be really, really exciting to see how that goes. A woman. She says that she has a love affair going with her ex-partner and her new friend. Why is her partner an ex-partner? Because they are dead.
Oh, no.
And now she is having a three-way with her ghost, former husband, and her current alive friend.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
What the fuck?
Isn't that exciting?
Is it exciting?
Well,
This is literally the end of Ghost, the movie.
Is it really?
Basically.
Yeah, when they're doing the pottery scene, that's really her fucking Whoopi Goldberg because Patrick Swayze goes into Whoopi Goldberg's body and manifests itself as him, but she's really fucking Whoopi Goldberg at the end of the movie.
What you talking about?
Rough. That is rough.
When you really think about what's happening. I wish they showed what's actually happening.
Is that true? Is that true?
Yes, it's true. It's fact.
Oh my God.
Well, isn't that interesting? So she says she lost her husband, Andy. He died of COVID in 2020. On brand.
Very sad.
On brand.
I'm dead.
So she was all
First world problems.
First world problems. So she was all upset, right? Because she loved her husband. That's her husband there. He's bald. He's having fun.
Cute.
Yes. And then Nikki has spoken candidly about the phenomenon known as widow's fire. Do you know what widow's fire is?
Is it when your husband dies and then you go to Buffalo Wild Wings?
And get really horny.
Oh, my God. Oh my! Chicken wing with widow's fire.
Ooh.
And then it's like, do you want ranch, blue cheese, or female ejaculate? So no. But Kyle, you were correct. Widow's fire is an increased libido after the death of a partner. Apparently, this is a scientific phenomenon.
Really?
Yeah. So your partner dies, you get all horny.
What
Yeah.
the fuck
Who
is
wants
that?
to fuck?
What kind of disrespect?
I don't.
What?
I don't know.
Do you know what he did for this family?
I
Not
mean,
even in the family, and I'm offended for him.
just starts rubbing on the casket, be like, "Get off, Wendy."
Right?
Her husband, Andy, who she married in 2022, they would often speak about wanting a threesome. And it was mutual. They were both like, we should bring somebody in. But
We should both fuck somebody else.
No.
Together.
Together.
Yes.
Exactly.
We should both fuck somebody else together.
It was
Yeah,
something.
they would probably saw the look of the face of the other person's face and like, wait, together. So we have a three.
No, that's, it really was. It was something they both fantasized about.
He's like, yeah, me too. But that's what I meant too, together. At the
Yeah,
same,
for
time in the same room.
But it wasn't until his untimely death that she made this a reality. She connected with another woman who knew about her widow status. And this woman also found her late husband attractive.
Stop.
That's what they say. Because he's got a head you want to butter up and put right in you.
I've been trying to fuck your husband.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, me too.
She went on to rediscover her sexuality by sleeping with the woman.
Gay?
Oh, yes, true. For a good point. But they had Andy's picture present in the room. So she was looking at Andy while she was eating the muff.
She got Whoopi Goldberged.
Oh
Could
my
be.
God.
And then she says, as she was having sex with this woman, that she felt his presence in the room.
Was there like a butterfly in the room or something?
No, she felt her butthole pucker.
Oh.
And she's like, oh, that's Andy. He's always looking for a good time.
Oh my God. Oh no.
She's a mom of one. She says, I used to joke that I'd treat him to it for his 60th birthday, but he's all dead.
Right.
Right. So he never made it to his 60th birthday.
Oh, that's sad. He was young.
Yes. She goes on to say, the truth is, I identify as bisexual, so it was also a fantasy of mine. She says, I was a little hesitant about introducing a third person into what was a deeply loving and fulfilling relationship.
Not that fulfilling.
Yeah. Widow's Fire says different.
She says it was. Okay. And then she says, but as a one-off for a special occasion, it felt like it could be fun and memorable for both of us. I would say watch the movie Indecent Proposal.
Okay, who's in that?
That is where actors. I don't know.
Richard Gere, isn't it?
Gotcha.
Whatever. Some disgusting people who are acting like they're disgusting people.
Got it.
And that movie, someone says, I'll give you $1 million to sleep with your wife. And then she looks at her husband and is like, yo, we're broke as shit. You have no money. Can I go bang this guy for $1 million? Right?
Right.
And then she does. And then he's like, what did his cock smell like? And he gets all into it.
I can't believe you did that.
Yeah. And it's like, well, you did it. First of all, it's $1 million tax-free dollars. So it's $2 million.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, you know how much I could forgive.
Yeah.
You give me $1 million and you just got to bang this guy. He's also handsome, which does matter.
Right.
You know,
Puts you in the same league as the said football player.
We've discussed the bizarre homosexual nature of straight men.
Right.
Which
bizarre. You guys are just obsessed with yourselves.
I'm not obsessed with myself.
Not that.
I'm
Yeah.
not obsessed with myself.
Yeah.
I have been able to see my balls lately, though, losing a little bit of weight. So, the 53-year-old explained that she and her late husband, Andy, who died at 54, RIP, had very nearly made the fantasy a reality on a couple of occasions. I did have one opportunity when I was in the UK to have a three-way with this chick from Australia and her husband or boyfriend, but I am not attractive enough, and I can't. At some point, you got to touch the dick. You got to touch his cock.
That's not true.
Yeah, you just
Maybe you never
do.
know.
I don't know, but I couldn't do it, so
what
I
if
just
you
left.
what could you suffice with like a high five?
I
Isn't that
just
what
can't.
dudes do when they're doing the threesomes with the girls? They're like, "Hey, up top."
Yeah, that's wrong. It's
Fist
wrong.
pounding in a different way, so to speak.
You want to see a different reaction with the same sentence when you talk to your boys. You're like, I had a threesome, and then it's like high fives. You're like, yeah, me and Gary, we banged out, Sammy, and they're just like, what,
Like,
bro? That's the wrong kind.
Oh, that's not what we meant.
And like the double. That's why it's like some chicks be like, I get all filled up, but the balls are touching each other and they're talking and
Gross.
yeah, it's just
Ew.
it's bizarre. But that's just my opinion, and have fun with whatever you want to do in your life. I
Get
really don't care.
busy. Get jiggy with it.
Well, what is one guy's idea that's like really pushing for the devil's threesome, as we call it?
Yeah.
Is that called the devil's threesome?
Yeah.
It is
Isn't that
called-
Two
what
guys and a girl.
Isn't
yeah.
that what they asked Kavanaugh about during a Supreme Court hearing?
Yeah, exactly.
The devil's triangle or some shit.
Exactly. That's exactly what he was
What a
doing
world.
with his friends PJ and Skip.
It's there's a reason why one of the guys wants to do it with the other guy there,
Right.
and it ain't the girl.
It's like the movie. It's like a scary movie where the Wayans brother is obviously gay, but then at the end he's like, I'm not gay.
Right.
Okay.
Tucked it back.
So apparently the couple tried on multiple occasions, but they just never went through with it. She says, if we were going to go do it, I assumed we'd either use a specialist dating site or perhaps hire an escort.
Specialist dating site, so Tinder.
But, yeah, exactly. Specialist. But apparently what happened was before he died of COVID and they were really getting serious about the idea of a threesome, he suffered a series of heart attacks.
Oh,
And then that led to a severe brain injury, leaving him with no capacity.
Oh no.
So the heart attacks kind of took him out of it. He was only, again, 54 when he died of COVID, but it sounds like he had some pre-existing issues as well. She says, before Andy became ill, we had a passionate and satisfying sex life. I couldn't imagine never feeling that again.
Oh my God.
About a year after he passed and 4 years after his initial diagnosis, I started dating at 49.
Nice.
All right, so she waited a year.
That's fun.
I don't judge people at all.
For like how long they take.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't really whatever. It doesn't
Everyone's
matter.
process is their own.
But there's one comedian, he's kind of a nerd, like what was it, Patton Oswalt, kind of a nerdy guy.
Yeah.
I met him a few times. It's fine. But he started dating right after his wife died, and his wife was the one who caught the Golden State Killer or helped catch
Yes.
the Golden
Yeah,
State Killer.
yeah.
And people were like, what's he doing? But it's like, who cares?
It was like a week. It was so quick, though.
But I don't. We're all emotional
later.
beings.
But then
We're all-
that fueled speculation that he might have killed her because she overdosed.
no, he didn't. Trust me, I've met him.
did.
He's not strong enough to kill.
Well, that's why he used poison like a woman does.
Ooh, antifreeze.
Nikki, like many modern daters, looked for connections online, and she listed herself as a bisexual. She found a woman, and then she mentioned how she would like to have sex with that woman and bring in her husband's ghost. The woman said, that's great because I'm actually attracted to your husband. They had sex with a picture of him in the room, as I mentioned, and then they orgasmed and orgasmed and orgasmed.
They are so ridiculous. They were just like making out, not even touching each other. And she's like, "Oh my god, that feels amazing. What are you doing down there?" And she's like, "I'm not doing anything." I'm like,
I'm in the bathroom.
My hands are up here.
right? Like, but then what's
Just look down.
scary?
Down as the family cat.
It's oh god.
All right. So
So
Whiskers.
strange. That's just so weird. I mean, I guess if whatever helps her grieve and
whatever
process
helps.
that,
Absolutely.
fine.
It's been many years now. It's been 5 years.
So bestiality's on the table?
No.
No, that's not what the fuck we said.
He just said the cat was licking her.
No,
and you're
wait,
like, whatever
I
it
made a
takes.
joke. She was going on. She was trying to.
I went back to the original topic
Oh.
of the man of there being a picture frame, not a cat.
Yeah.
She didn't want to entertain my sense of humor because she was like, "That's
No.
gross, Ben."
You don't entertain any of mine.
Yeah, I entertain quite a bit.
I'm just gonna keep on saying the same things back to you. No, you.
Nikki says the woman that she met on the website was, quote, incredibly kind. And she says, we arranged a dinner date where I invited her back to my place for a little coffee. One thing led to another. She thanked me for being open and told me she'd be honored to help me feel something other than grief.
Penis.
Grief.
Oh, right.
Yes. She also reassured me that Andy would want me to rediscover my sexuality, which is something that all would be like, no, he would want this. He would want this.
He would want you to get my pussy until you drown.
Oh my God.
And drink coffee right before.
And drink coffee right before, so you're not fucking caffeinated.
Coffee and snooch breath.
Yeah. Just
Oh, nice.
seriously, what is that? That's some crazy like old people dating shit.
Sounds like that pussy's about to solve a crime. All bitter. Put a cigar in there.
Detective Snooch.
Yep.
Nice.
I brought you Dunkin' Donuts to the New York Times Sudoku. Let's fucking go.
Man, you ate that donut so fast. I didn't even see you put it in your mouth. No, I sat on it. So she says, as we moved to the bedroom, she noticed his picture and said, what a beautiful photo it was.
Oh.
She added, if he were here, I'd have happily slept with you both. She gently reassured me again not to feel guilty.
Oh my God.
They say there was a sexual presence. She says, I don't believe in the literal afterlife, but I felt his presence as we had sex.
Oh my God.
I often do,
Creepy.
especially. No?
It was just someone at the window.
Chimneys, wait. You need me to clean your chimneys? That's my accent.
Very good.
Thank you so much. Highly rated redheaded actor Ben Kissel.
Yeah.
She says, I felt his presence as we had sex. I often do, especially in moments of transition. This felt like a step into a future I hadn't imagined. One he'd absolutely support. She continues to say that how much he would love this.
Okay.
And then she says, I could almost hear him say, you deserve joy. Just don't forget me.
Oh my God.
And then she says, I never will. He was my soulmate.
That's really nice, I guess. I think that's really nice.
I hope they laminated that picture before they put it right between them.
Seriously. They definitely
It's all
took
fucked up.
Yeah.
Hope they put it on the hotel cuck chair. So, lastly, when it comes to the widow's fire, experts say the phenomenon is normal, can be a natural part of grieving. There are many kinds of loss experienced when partners die, including lack of sex and sexual intimacy, and evidently the hormones released by desire and sex are also the ones that are released to ease pain of loss.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't feel guilty out there if your loved one died. Unless it's like your toddler.
Yeah, your sexual boredom went with your spouse.
It's like,
But because that is a medical condition.
no, well, what?
It's a medical
condition?
Yes, it's medical. It's a scientific fact that when your loved one dies, your sexual partner, you get horny because your body is like, we got to make you happy. What makes you happy? All the horny ideas.
Fill in your holes.
Oh my God.
So, also, if you're out there trying to get laid, go to funerals, see the widower or the widow.
Hornies.
They will bang you right out in the bathroom.
Yep, just right there.
Absolutely.
Like, how are you taking it? It's like, I'm
the ass?
Yeah, exactly. Mostly anally. I wasn't ready to give the vag up yet.
Solid.
Indeed. How fantastic. All right. Let's move on to a story of AI, and I really want to hear your thoughts on this.
Okay.
AI is now being used in courtrooms, right? And it's not being used for the reasons that you might think.
Like being the stenographer in the room, because that would be pretty. That would make sense.
That would actually make sense.
Yeah.
Like, when you go to our Spotify or Apple iTunes, you see the whole breakdown of the episode, and it reads perfectly.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Thank God AI does.
We're so professional, and it reads like a script because that's just how good we are at our jobs.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
Don't need to pre-write a script when you can make it up in your head as you go, because that's called being professional.
Yeah.
A man was shot dead in a road rage incident, right? The person that shot him dead is now on trial. They have now brought the guy back that was killed in AI form. And they played a video of him in AI form to the person who committed his murder.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. And his name is Gabriel, and the person who was killed is named Christopher. He was gunned down in again, road rage incident. Just drive away. It's never worth it.
Oh my God, a road rage, literally just like just fighting over a lane.
The dumbest shit.
You're either going to get shot or shit on your hood of your car.
I'll take the
right.
dump as long as she gives me a free OnlyFans.
Yeah, free tow.
So the family of the victim brought in the AI version of the victim. This is what it said. It said, "To Gabriel, the man who shot me, it is a shame we encountered each other on that day in those circumstances." He says, "In another life, we probably could have been friends."
No.
And then it says, again, this is the AI. It says, "I believe in forgiveness and a God who forgives. I always have, and I still do." You can see the image here of the AI, and it's superb. I mean, it looks just like the guy.
It's creepy, honestly. It gives me the creeps.
It really does. The guy was found guilty of shooting Pelkey when he was only 37 years old. And I just want to know from your guys' perspective, do you want your family to come in and all of a sudden be like, "I forgive you"? Because do we know this guy forgives him? I'd be kind of pissed.
I'm so glad you're talking about this on a public recording, because I'm tasking you two. If this ever happens to me, do not let my family do this. This is horrendous.
It's horrendous.
His sister wrote the entire script for him.
Really?
Yeah, and was like, "Oh, I think he'd want this to happen."
Oh my God, if your sister did it, you'd be like,
God.
"Thank you for killing Kyle."
He's a fun. I'm glad you killed me. I hate my son. I hate my family.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a relief.
Yeah.
I've never seen a person trolled more by his sister than Kyle.
It's hilarious. No, if you pass on and then they give us a question about AI and be like, "No, I'm here to speak for him," when I say none of you are forgiven.
None.
He's petty.
I remember
Also,
everything you did.
He also wants to know if you have a cigarette.
That's what started this whole fight. So Pelkey's digital resurrection was created by his family. He wore a logo-less gray baseball cap and olive green zipper down hat, whatever he would usually wear. And then the mouth of the AI victim, it didn't always align with the words, right?
Yeah, it was
and I am
weird.
just a little bit upset that the name of the judge is Todd Lang. I'm kind of upset they allowed this to be in there. But according to the judge, they say, "I love that AI was able to do this." The defendant was given only 10 and a half years for the death.
What?
And I just... the artificial version of Pelkey said, "This is the best I could ever give you. of what I would have looked like if I had the chance to grow old. Again, it's only 4 years older, but remember, getting old is a gift that not everybody has. So embrace it and stop worrying about those wrinkles. So they're making the AI version like a motivated speaker when it comes to people who are worried about wrinkles.
This is really, really weird. Also, I think the real life version of him 4 years ago looks older than the AI version.
Yeah, I'm
They
sure
made
it
him,
does.
they made him look like kind of younger and like fuller skin.
Gave him a
Like,
glow up.
I think he's like thinner than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also, I'm a little bit worried. What if they start doing this with victims? Like, let's go back to Koberger. What if they bring the AI versions of the 4 victims and then they're like, fuck you, we hate. I mean, I'm not against it, but if it's used in the actual court, now the jurors are looking at AI and then they can manipulate it however they want to.
Yeah.
Is this going to be used to like convict people at some point? I just don't like introducing AI into the courtroom like it's a good thing when everything could go wrong.
Yes, because what we're talking about here is the sentencing. Like you said, he got 10 years. Victim impact statements have such a huge impact on the actual sentencing. So the way this was programmed is he's like, oh man, I wish we could have been friends. And it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. And the guy's like, okay, if he doesn't care, then why should I care? So 10 years.
But
So true.
It's not him.
I know.
He's banging on his casket, being like, fuck you, get out of my way.
Like, are you fucking
I
kidding
miss
me?
my family, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
I just don't think his family misses him.
Yeah, I mean, your sister,
That's crazy.
According to Arizona Chief Justice Ann Timmer, she says that they're excited about the use of AI in the courtroom, but slightly worried about the lasting effects of the statements. They say AI can also hinder or even upend justice if inappropriately used. I think it's already being inappropriately
Yeah,
used, the fact it's being used at all.
yeah, exactly.
It's not appropriate to put words in the mouths of the dead.
No, it's
to
not.
try to like sway the case in whatever direction you want it to go in, because anyone can do that. Anyone can
Exactly.
take like a victim and be like, "Why did you shoot me? Why did you do it? Why?" And then they're gonna be sentenced to death because it was terrible. Or they can make an AI thing like this guy and be like, "Well, I think we could have been really cool, and I forgive
We
you.
could have been friends.
Could have been friends, man."
Obviously, you couldn't have been friends.
Yeah, no.
Because you're too similar.
Yeah, no.
Because every friend group has the hothead, but if you're all hotheads, you're going to jail.
Oh yeah, no. Every time I meet someone that's exactly like me, I'm like, we will fight to the death.
This ain't gonna work.
This is
I am.
not.
This has been my story forever. You are my new Energizer Bunny. I am so unbelievably relaxed
Yeah.
that I need someone. We're the opposite. And then Kyle is just nice and in the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a mom.
I could shake your hand, I could punch you.
Oh,
Okay.
thank you, Kyle. I want to be punched right in the butt.
Yeah.
But imagine in the Karen retrial, if they brought back John O'Keefe and he was like, I was hit by the car. And then if the defendant was like, no, we're going to bring back our AI version. He's like, I wasn't hit by the car. It's like,
I was beat to death in the basement.
God.
Yeah.
Anyway, AI is also, there's a whole article about this woman, Kat, who lost her boyfriend to ChatGPT because
She lost her boyfriend
Yes,
to ChatGPT.
because-
ChatGPT fucked him?
yes, well, mentally, she says, this is a different story, by the way, just also in AI. Kat's an education nonprofit worker, and she says that he was completely level-headed, but then he started asking ChatGPT about philosophical questions, and then he started taking ChatGPT like really seriously, and then he wouldn't talk to her anymore, and then their entire relationship crumbled. Wow. So just this new technology, it is not like we've just invented a new type of saw. Like that usually didn't break up marriages unless somebody sawed somebody's head off. Mm-hmm. But this new technology is a whole nother level.
It really is.
Yes,
It's also another level, just like on the complexity of like our minds, like our humanity.
It's so easy
Yeah.
because even, I mean, I look for encouragement from a bunch of probably fake shit.
Yeah.
Like I still remember my dentist office had a little cat and was like, hang on there. Little cat. I was like, oh, thank you, cat. That's just a meme.
Yeah, I mean, what are you people literally sit there and think of the reasons why they see numbers all the time. There's angel numbers. People, they need signs.
Oh, numerology.
We need signs all of the time.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says that AI helped him, quote, repress some memories of a babysitter trying to drown him as a toddler, but that never happened. And then the AI also determined that, quote, he is the luckiest man on earth. So AI was just like, you're the luckiest man on earth. And it's like,
So
it's it's telling you what you want to hear.
Basically. And apparently that ChatGPT was the Scientologist.
I guess
It
so.
was taking its memories and auditing him. Be like, that was an actual memory from your other life.
When I was in the subway station in New York, I did grab the two, what are they, steel or something like that. And then I was like, how am I doing? They're like, you need Scientology. And I was like, what, am I stressed? So anyway, this is now officially being called ChatGPT-induced psychosis. So just be careful. These tools are very dangerous, and it can lead you down a rabbit hole where you become absolutely psychotic, or it can lead you to apologizing for some reason or forgiving the person who killed you because your family thinks that that's what you would do, even though obviously this guy probably wouldn't have because he's full of rage, and that's why he got into an argument in the first place.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that would have gone, too.
The only use is if it would be kind of fun if you could bring back all Dahmer's victims and then, he had to be in court and just be like, fuck you. But even that.
He'd probably start beating off in court.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
too.
that's true.
All right. Any comments?
People are talking about how terrifying AI is.
Yeah, it's just we don't know how to use it yet.
Yeah. Chris says funeral dating sounds like a Chuck Palahniuk book.
Oh, I like it.
Vanessa said,
what did you say? Chuck what?
Palahniuk, isn't that his name?
It's Chuck Palahniuk.
Palahniuk?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've been saying it wrong my whole life.
What letters were in front of you just now?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
I was only an English major.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah. Fucking right, dude.
There it is.
American education system at its best.
Yeah. Vanessa was saying her mom's fiance was in a new relationship a month after she passed, and it felt weird.
Yeah, but it's just hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
People grieve.
And then everyone just agreeing that 2025 is drunk.
2025 is drunk?
Yes.
The year is drunk?
The year is drunk because there's so many weird stories.
Yep.
It's been a constant comment in every single episode of ours.
That's hilarious. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Rate and review. Leave a comment on Spotify. We'd love to see it. And we'll keep on entertaining you. Hail yourself. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.